Trent, we get ready to go into this lower bracket finals. Liquid versus Secret. We're here. It was last chance qualifier teams, and they made it the whole freaking day. How's it going?
Another last chance qualifier. It's the same thing, right? It's all the lower bracket final really is. It's your last chance to get there, to the grands, to fight them once again.
It's true, definitely. As we already paused in this game, we talked to the pros. You know, we had the wonderful Taiga ATF on. They seemed, even though they weren't willing to fully say it,
even though they were incredibly biased for the teams they wanted to win.
Exactly. Of course, is the sort of background there. Chrysalis, the former teammate of ATF, and then all of Liquid, pretty much, the former teammates of Taiga. But they are going to be having to watch on from the sidelines here as we get into this game. Matumba Man playing on the Lifestealer here. Is already sitting in this mid lane. What do you think about that Primal Beast pick? It got there towards the end. They said it's a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, it's very interesting because, well, like I said, you want to appease the crowd with the Primal Beast, sure. But Primal Beast, when you think about some of the problems the heroes had, you can see them on the other side. Like when I'm playing against Primal Beast and I'm getting upset, all I can think are things like, man, I wish I could stun this through BKB. Like, no, pick a BKB stun this game because this hero relies on it so heavily, right? Like, that's the whole kit of this hero is just relying. Doesn't matter what role, you're trying to get that BKB as fast as you can. And he's going to be dealing with the roar as well as that global silence. So very frustrating stuff for Primal Beast. I think there's a good reason that it got left in that late. But as our lovely panelists were pointing out here, this idea of just winning the lanes, winning the game off of that early advantage that you're going to get, Primal Beast is really frustrating to lane against too.
We saw some of the most dominant performances in a long time in the LCQ. Is fallen by the wayside a little bit. A nice stun to start this out. And it does look like indeed they're going to be able to pick up a couple of these bounty runes heading down to the south there. We'll have to watch and wait as two apiece. Chrysalis forcing back Boxy a bit, who again has just looked so good on this Tusk, on melee fours in general. He's been having a great tournament.
Yeah, kind of, we were talking about this idea of you can't ban out ATF, you can't ban out Boxy at this point, right? The Marcy, the Tusk, and the Clockwork, at least to me, like throughout that last chance qualifier and coming to TI, have just all been super solid for him. I feel like his rotations have been the storyline for Liquid, whereas on the side of Secret, it's a lot of this discussion about what's happening with Rezo and Zayas there. But we're watching this mid lane here, and you want a long-time storyline for Team Secret, it is Nisha with the Morphling. Right, this is a player-hero combo who has been feared and for a very long time would just be banned in the first phase, even when Morphling wasn't necessarily like the best hero in Dota.
Right, and right now it literally feels like there's games where it is the best hero in Dota. You take over the stats of the other heroes with that Aghanim Scepter build, and then it just feels like an unstoppable monster. So again, we'll have to see if they can build up that momentum through the laning stage and get themselves where they want to go on Team Liquid. As already blocking off that small camp, Matumba Man pulls the wave back behind. They're going to get the D ward and then go and contest.
I do think it's interesting to see the formation setup that you're going to have from Team Secret this game, because two of your cores, I feel like in a pub you might not be that excited about having Morphling and Sniper on the same team, right? They don't tend, they could kind of have like a similar role and idea, but it also depends on the various ways that you can play the Morphling. You can be a little bit more active on this hero. You have so many cool options and combinations that you can do now with the changes to the ultimate on the hero, where you're becoming this opposite hero and trying to take advantage of their abilities while also reducing their stats.
Yeah, it's incredibly strong. Spring around the Rosie there. So he heads off. Will get punched a few more times on his way out. And again, this very annoying lane that you have to deal with of the Enigma, continuing to eat up your range creeps the whole time through. Already 4 denies on him there, but hasn't been able to have a great time against Chrysalis, who has been able to zone him back a little bit, it looks like.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure on Zai in this lane as well, because they spent a lot of their draft trying to deal with this, right? They're looking towards all these various heroes that can be placed into this role that can try and handle the Eidolons early and reduce the impact that you're going to have with that kit of the hero. And at this point, it's not looking too hot, obviously, especially with those nerfs to the Eidolons taking so much more magic damage. Shrapnel can actually hurt him.
The Mango doesn't want to go for it out of Sanya, and Zayas is just going to salve up. So gets away from that one. You can see the pressure that's put on early by Lich. Sanya keeping him just back there at arm's length.
Feel the tension in here.
I know, man.
Everyone's waiting for that first couple, get some low heroes all around.
I think it's one of those things too where, these two teams, there's so much respect for each other. They played against each other a lot in the DPC, and you saw at the beginning some mutual admiration that's going on. It's going to be a good series.
Safe drafts, safe lanes, everyone just chilling out. But safety is not necessarily the best thing for Team Liquid, as we were discussing throughout the draft here. This idea of getting this early lead, getting this early head start. 3 minutes in, They're not really there yet.
No, but they do play a little bit of intercept there. Boxy trying to keep his Enigma from taking too much damage, but using a lot of rounds of that shrapnel. Boxy trying to walk away, trying to survive. A couple more punches, one more hit. He's not going to go down. Barely keeps himself alive, but you can see the pressure that they're putting on bottom.
Those branches, keeping him up. Backpacks him, salves up, wants to stay in the lane, keep that focus pressure here for Zai.
I wonder if that opens up a little bit more space for themselves too, since that was all of the shrapnel charges uses from the sniper. And in fact, Boxy, yeah, wants to get a little bit aggro. They couldn't get the kill. Come at the king, best not miss. Can they bring it down? Chrysalis though. Couple more punches, slowed, fairy fire backs away. Flirting with some great body blocks coming in from Zai, but they will get away.
And that aggressive vision placed down there, almost helping them get that kill. Like, try and get a couple chances there, just narrowly missed by the sentry that was there from Team Secret as well, but doesn't result in the kill this time, just burns up a lot of that regen that was there from Chrysalis. And probably got a little bit of time off, just kind of wander around, got some stacks, scouting things out. Up top, Zayt's has also been very free. As you can see, Zayt's is still level 1. He's about to be level 2, you know, to his credit, but he's been giving a lot of space to Resolution right now. And this is not really the dynamic that we've seen a lot from these two, right? They tend to play very together in the lane, very kill-heavy, kill-centric, whereas this time it's like Rezo's going to be planting himself in this top lane as Beastmaster for a very long time, and I feel like Zayt's is actually playing a little bit more with Nisha.
Primal Beast, he cometh. Mickey is there, gets the first blood, takes out Chrysalis, and this is the power of this hero, really. At level 5, making these rotations and still not missing out on much mid. Shards? Oh! Boxy just a little off the mark there. That was max range.
A bit close on that one, but yeah, I mean, it kind of speaks to how these lanes are going, because like Mickey almost feels pressured, I think, to make that move around, right? And you're thinking about all these heroes that you're hoping to bully in the laning phase by just out-damaging them. Morphling, unfortunately, not the easiest one to do that with. If you don't have an actual kill threat, you don't have that chain stun to worry about, he can just sit on this max agi, and he's got that big damage to actually compete with a Primal Beast, so Team Secret looking very strong at the moment.
This has been constant from them. Level 5 on Rezo as Matumbo Man's coming on in to contest this pull again. Still has to deal with those boars flanking away at him. Very even. You can see that right now it's mainly the Enigma that's been the one that's sort of been left by the wayside in terms of those other cores. Likewise, though, bringing down that sniper's net worth with all those denies.
Dire are scanning.
They're going to move towards the river here, though, as they try and contest the
Radiant's
runes.
top tower
Is going to spawn top.
Couple punches. Nisha right there. A DD is very strong on Morph, but will manage to get out of there. Mickey gets the jump out. Zion still sticking around. And Blitz's going to be used. Boxy makes the move over.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Morph with the DD.
Yeah, right? So much damage the early on.
Double
stun. Chase. Mickey in some trouble. Snowball to dodge the waveform. Keeps him alive. And Mickey is just going to head back home. Nice rotation as Boxy keeps that mid from going down.
Yeah, going to find himself a bit of XP here on the Tusk. I do think it's important, as they are going to need some help rotating through these lanes. It's never going to hurt getting that XP early, but Nisha just keeps on going with that catapult.
This is so much damage onto this mid tower with that DD in hand and keeping that catapult alive. They had a really good push onto that mid lane at just 7 minutes.
Mickey hops on back, gives a free bottle over to Boxy. Gets a grab.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. No. He's gonna get out of there, I think. He's trying to switch over strength for him. Snowball keeps him on him. Stun. Couple more punches coming from the tower. Mickey low. Puppy rotating in as well, but they aren't quite gonna be able to chase him down. And Boxy gonna try and TP out. No such luck with Nisha right on hand, but they're still too strong.
Yeah,
These
so
big strength heroes.
very low on the damage right now, right? Like outside of the Morphling, you know, the actual damage being provided by a Nyx Assassin and the Silencer isn't too great right now when they're both such low level. So it was a good attempt, I think, from Liquid. I think they understand, again, that they really need these earlier kills, so trying to grab something like Nisha. Like, how often do you see a Morphling die that fast, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where you just get caught on that low strength. Now, chase into the trees.
Throws down the shrapnel. Zai is maybe in a bit too far as he's going to get stunned in secret. Ready to turn this on to the Enigma. A couple more punches, and it is going to be enough. Zayak picks up the kill.
Just the second kill of the game here in this slow burner right now. In this top lane, we have not seen a whole lot of, but obviously the top of the board is Matu. Sitting with the almost 60 CS right now, but Rezo right up there alongside him. Yeah, 1,000 gold behind, true. But he's a very high level, 6.5 right now, because he's just had no support in his lane, much like these early rotations of Insania.
But this rotation here should bear some fruit as the snowball will come out. But Boxy shards the high ground. Not quite this time. There's a tree in the way. So Secret pick up another one. 2 on the board.
And Rezo even making a little move over here. Just seeing what's going on, checking out his jungle. He's got his helm creep, so he can farm it up a little bit right now. Very difficult to pressure Matu out of the lane at this point with a heavy rotation, and he's got a sniper and a morphling, so not seeing the biggest group up play to go on the top lane at the moment here from Team Secret. Instead, they're sort of just focused on keeping everyone farming at the moment. And really holding this positioning mid with Sides and Puppey, trying to pressure this mid tower. And besides, you know, the Frost Shield's not up for 10 seconds. This looks pretty free.
Yeah, they're taking it down. No glyph available, moves in, gets the tower, doesn't get the last hit. That time was spent with Primal Beast farming the jungle a little bit and was able to pick up some nice bits of farm for himself. As I can't quite get the connection there. But they do give up that mid tower.
It feels like Liquid really need to find some sort of a play across the map here with Mickey. I mean, you can't really wait for the BKB. Even with the BKB, there's obviously so many counters versus it, but I'm definitely feeling the pressure of them making moves right now.
Chrysalis, snowball, ooh, barely gets there in time. They're like, oh, but no, gets interrupted there. Zai, well, they might still be able to chase him down with all these Eidolons. Is it going to be enough in the end? A couple more punches, and it is. But Liquid get the TP out after finding the kill.
And Mickey actually TP's down right after as well, though. So, I mean, right on the wave as well, like fully spotted out from Secret. And he's actually going for the punish.
Oh my God, moves on in.
I don't care if you saw me, I'm still coming.
God, the inevitability of Primal Beast is too freaking strong. So 10 minutes in now, and a couple good moves. This is what you wanted to see from Mickey, making it happen.
That part is great, but I also really love what Zayat and Nisha did. Like the way that they brought the Morphling and the Nyx Assassin, they just kind of camped in that top dire jungle, and that allowed Rezo to also push in through the tower. It was too much pressure on Batu. He had to leave the area, and suddenly Secret are just playing all up inside that territory.
Yeah, they have claimed that top tower. And there is a smoke now moving down through the jungle. They're going to run right into Matu. Roar, he gets the rage off. Will it be enough to escape? The stun is there. Waveform through the infest. He got inside your creep, moving away from him. Can they get him out afterwards, though? They have the Frost Shield for round. And Mickey makes the rotation, finds the boot, the double kill right on top. Oh, Matu got saved. His team was there. The creep was there. And Puppey is going to get Walrus punched out of oblivion.
Got an inside agent on the side of Team Secret here, it would appear. That's Seder. Oh, I guess the Mind Stealer this time was Matu hopping in there. The one play he could make, the only possible way to get out of there.
He found it.
Yeah, got it indeed. What is it with the infests in this team?
I don't know, something. Keep picking him Lifestealer. It just keeps working. Wow, 2-6.
Oh, that was such a big play for Secret too. That was like the reward for all of the area of the map they've been holding. This pressure, forcing Matu into that mid lane, catching him on the rotation back to his own side of the map. Everything was like coming together exactly how you expect from Secret. And then just like one little mistake, and he just gets out. Slips through your fingers.
Just like that. That's all it takes to give a little bit of life here to Liquid. We've seen a ton of these games. It feels like, you know, we talk about the path of both of these teams coming from last chance qualifier, but in reality, it feels like they've played very different tournaments. Secret has been, you know, coming in and just dominating people sometimes in the draft. Liquid, they've had to grind out these matches. We'll see what ends up happening here. Is Insania, he's gonna get caught. Impale is there, a couple more punches, and your int is Puppies.
Honestly, I'm really impressed.
Very happy.
I'm running.
I'm TPing bot. Oh, Giga. I got you.
I'm coming. I'm really strong. Go. They all die. Go, silencer.
No mana for
Keep
Chainsaw.
throwing it.
Yeah, I'm ulting. Me!
So you got the...
Guys, he's really strong. He's so strong.
This is me when I play, and I got my first down. I'm really strong.
That was awesome. Moves in now, finds Puppy's eyes there for the stun. The global afterwards, but Mickey already charged it up. Now the chase, Nisha. Need to back away. There's still Chrysalis over to the side, plinking away. Didn't have the damage though. The Frost Shield and the Infest out of there again. So they lose Zai in exchange for Puppey. Also picking up Boxy there on the edge. Now Mickey. Oh no, needs to get out. TP away. Does he have enough? He does.
He's got that up, Roy. He's a tanky guy.
God, what a wild series of events. They're vibing back behind the tier 1 tower. It's still standing there.
Now that was Zai going down though, of course, as you know, looking for this Enigma to try and get those ores up, see if they can get a little bit of pressure moving in on the map right now. Expecting perhaps another smoke as well here from Team Secret at this point, right? We're almost 15 minutes into the game. We start moving back towards that top half of the map. People start thinking about Roche. Certainly very possible for Team Secret. Whenever you have Morphling and Beastmaster on your team, that is a lot of damage, right? That raw damage of the Morphling plus the attack speed of the Beastmaster can certainly cut through that pretty fast. And the help of the Hawks, the Boars, the Helm Creep, there's lots of vision to give you the confidence to go for that.
Of course, added onto that eventually is going to need to be dealing with this Wraith pack, which is just about to be completed by the Enigma as well. So we'll see if Secret can make those moves that they need to. There is still another invasion coming in as they want to get aggro. They find resolution right on top of the trample, the Walrus punch, and one more round of onslaughts, more than enough. Anisha, okay, turns into the Tuscan, now ready to battle. They've caught him caught here to the side. Insania trying to stop this one. Oh, the Chain Frost is bouncing, but not to who it needs to bounce to. Mickey does go down. Nisha in looking for more, and Science with the wraparound. Oh, they're all on top of him. The back of the middle, he needs to interrupt. Right on top, able to catch him. But Tumba Man trying to armless toggle for all he's worth, but they're all falling. Secret keeps the pain train a-rolling as they all die.
Now, two carries hanging out. Grabs Matu's courier.
Can he get out? Matu trying to run away. Nisha, I don't know if he has the damage for this, though.
Chrysalis is being chased by Eidolons. He's trying to get there.
He's trying to get out. He's high-fiving the tower, and he's best out of there. Gets him away. What in the heck was that?
Liquid are forcing these fights deep in the territory of Team Secret, and they are just committing all the rotations to come and get in there for the defense. And what an amazing carapace as well from Zeiss to cancel that black hole. Things getting wrapped a little bit dangerous with your Morphling actually getting in there, and Nisha after playing on that knife's edge, but he picks up a lot of kills, and now he is firmly in control at the top of the board there. 8K net worth right now as he moves in towards that Manta.
You can see some of the sort of woes of that laning stage, I think, a little bit for Secret at least. Normally, this would be the point where if Sniper is free to just plink away and start hitting you, you're all going to die, but just didn't have that damage yet. He only has the Dragon Lance at this point. It's going to need to come later on.
Yeah, Liquid are playing like a team that had a lane lead, and they're trying to pressure and trying to play that game right now, but they didn't necessarily gain one. And plus the fact that you don't have this mid hero that plays off of like a blink, you have a who plays off of BKB, and he just hit that right now, 16 minutes.
Sanya, again going to drop. The Secret find that pickoff. 10 to 10. Here's 16 minutes in. We had a bit of a slow start in the laning stage, but it has been all action since then.
Yeah, they don't really have red zone a great spot right now necessarily in terms of like trying to pressure the Roche, but that could be something with the next pickoff perhaps for Team Secret that they could be thinking about. And then of course you also have to consider that Team Liquid are very good at fighting in that space. It'll be a battle of the vision that's available for Team Secret. The cooldown of Global Silence is going to be very important for Puppey as well. There's going to be a lot of factors in play to decide who actually controls that part of the map and who has an opportunity to get that Aegis.
I have punching for you.
Right now the vision is incredible from Team Secret, by the way. Excellent wards in combination with the Hawks means they're seeing pretty much everything Liquid are up to right now.
And getting into that Manta style here pretty soon for the Morphling. Curious how quickly he wants to go in for that Aghanim Scepter. We've seen it a lot against the Agi carries, obviously still really good against these strength cores where you get to steal their status resistance away.
Foxy's trying to use the Seeds of Serenity.
His arm's just not long enough to get that punch on the ward. We'll get over there soon, surely. Yeah, it's going to bring the courier.
Yeah, maybe worried about them playing around it or something. You can see Vicky's doing like little loops, not exactly sure where they are, as they don't have the best vision. They've got one lingering ward up top that is sort of spotting some of these moves to that top half of the map, but overall Liquid playing a little bit dark right now.
They do spot some wards there, as well as the Morphling moving through, and that Mantis Style now complete.
Also, that courier that Zai's placed really deep from the Nyx Assassin is so good. It's like, it's spotting couriers constantly. It's just seeing everything that they're up to. It's showing like everyone inside that dire jungle where they're positioning. It's so strong. It's one of those things that like bounty hunters and Nyx Assassins can often get placed.
Well, for now at least, They will just throw out a Spike Carapace there, trying to contest for the rune. Nisha picks up the illusion.
And the Dire are scanning right now. That's how unsure they are of like what's happening right now, right?
Yeah, they're behind him, but ready to go.
Gotta watch this Carapace. It's level 4 right now. Could botch an initiation that comes in, especially if you're not careful with that first BKB play.
Still playing around this area. Nisha, they roll in, miss onto him, but find a couple more. Spike Carapace interrupt with the roll in, finds him, and Nyx is dead. Buyback immediately global to turn this. They only have the Tusk in hand, though. Now turning onto Zai, the Fear, interrupting. Zai has Black Hole available if they want to drop with global already down, but there's so much damage coming from the high ground. He's just caught and killed. It did cost a couple buybacks, but Secret, they win that fight.
The duality of Nisha's abilities on this Morphic as well, right? Like copying into the Primal Beast, charging, and he's becoming that body, and then charging in right after him is just the creeps coming in from Rezo, right? They're just like filling in this space. Chrysalis has a full-on vanguard of units and heroes ahead of him, gives him the space for the damage. You can see the inability of Zai to really play this engagement, and instantly for the prize of that victory, Secret heading towards Roche.
Yeah, that is huge for them. So they're going to get this one out, and Liquid, obviously aware that this could have been happening after they won that fight, will split up and try and get the farm on. But again, this game, feeling right now as if it's leaning towards Secret.
Got pretty accurate, I would say. I feel like the later this things go, you know, we talked about this idea of like, sure, late game you tend to look towards the Enigma. He's going to have this big black hole, yay, hoo-hoo, but the global silence always going to be there. And to be concerned about the entire time. Doesn't mean it's a a permanent counter, like Blitz said, right? What's 6-0 versus Silencer? He's got the numbers. He did the evil math or whatever it was.
That's right. And of course, eventually, you imagine that Zai is going to need more farm than the Silencer to get to a refresher or what have you. But of course, the other thing is going to be how do these little skirmishes work out? Can they find and catch that sniper in an open field? The open wounds picked up from a Tumba Man now. They might be ready to go. Let's see if they can take a fight here. Xania goes on in, catches the Invis rune, still great vision all over that top side of the map from Secret.
Got ourselves the single core staff, obviously seeing a lot of the strength of the multiples, right? Stacking those core staffs, that's something that Team Secret will probably have with, they're gonna have the Hurricane Titan on Chrysalis, you're gonna have the core staff on Puppey, and that's an item, much like Lincoln Spear, I would say is the other one, where the more that you stack them and the more that you have on your team, the stronger they feel, right?
Oh yeah.
Pull you this way, push you that way again, suddenly the whole fight gets pulled and spread out, and that's something that Liquid really don't want to see. Because they have this Tusk, right? He kind of commits to an area, so you get 4-staffed out, your fight breaks down. A Life Stealer, one of the items he hates seeing the most is his 4-staffs. He's trying to stick on people as maybe the open wounds will help him with. So getting there for Puppey is actually going to be pretty important for them.
Zaya runs into a wary little Nyx assassin, and they're going to bring down that Enigma eventually. Even cleaning up that Wraith Pack for afterwards. So Secret, after claiming that Roche, they can play bullies for a little bit here. And Liquid, they're going to need to find some answers elsewhere. Takes over that creep so he doesn't give up the bounty. Nicely played. So that Helm of the Overlord is done.
At the very least, they will wind up keeping some of their vision in this area. Is that a Hurricane Attack as well for Nisha? Oh, damn. Okay. All right, we got movement all over the place now. They're going to have a triple 4-staffs here on the side of Team Secret once Puppey finishes his. It's done. Okay, triple 4-staff. So,
oh no.
Good luck, Matu.
Yeah. You know what doesn't help you with that, though, is if you get caught in a big black hole. That's going to be the sort of go-to, I would imagine. See if it works out, though. Obviously, still very tough. Snowball catches onto the creep. Tumba Man beats it up, collects that bounty.
Everyone came in for that one. They were a little concerned a fight was happening there. And, well, vision. The Hawk spotting these rotations through. Seeing that everybody is here. Team Secret, they really see everything. Like, this ward is going to be living to its full life. 15 seconds left. Salute to you. Good sir. You did great. Fantastic ward.
Playing with map haps,
the Hawk
basically.
is spotting them right now. Like,
this
it's so hard.
Yeah, it's devastating. It's so good. See if they can find anybody else. It does get taken out there. As Liquid going to try and reconvene themselves. A minute and a half left on this Aegis, roughly. As Mickey tries to finish off his Aghanim Scepter, uses the Pulverize. Rezo finds him, walks around the corner. They do still have BKB TP, but not nearly enough. Too much damage coming out from that Morphling.
And moving everyone together, going to catch that wave as well. Bring that back up, get in here, get this outpost if they want. retake this territory. And Liquid, I mean, what can you do? Do you want to try and make a play on the other side of the map? That's really the only place they have a ward, but they know there's nothing going on down there. They have a ward inside their own jungle. It's probably not going to last that long, as it is just like sitting upon a pillar, so it tends to get obviously scouted pretty fast. Besides, run through with these sentries, so just waiting out this Aegis right now from Team Liquid and seeing if they can find an opportunity for a fight.
Zayat's just walking right by Boxy there. Some creeps coming in. They spot him out. Ooh, gets a little bit of separation there. Got eyes on them, and that keeps him alive for now.
Nisha wants that level 18 before he morphs. There you go. Yeah. Got that nice 60-second cooldown there.
This is such a strong power spike from Secret, with all of their things coming together, and a couple of seconds left on this Roche. We'll see if they stick around. Does look like they're going to back, at least for now. So stock of the game at this point, it's a 5,000 gold lead after that first Aegis, and Secret looking incredibly strong. They've got the Blink Dagger done on Rezo now too. For Liquid, what do you see as their sort of avenue and how they need to deal with this game here?
I mean, I think Mickey's got a pretty interesting idea, right? Going for the Aghanim Scepter there on the Primal Beast. Just a like total team fight victory attempt, I feel like, you know, just trying to, they just have to like find some fight. They have to force a fight, they have to stay in it, they have to try and get these stuns, trying to find crystals on the back lines. I think you just have to assume that the Global's gonna get off.
Yeah.
It's very unlikely you're gonna catch the Silencer first, right? So it's gonna be a long haul team fight. It's gonna be very reliant on like the Wraith Pack maybe having a big impact, but that can obviously be very tough versus a Morphling and a Sniper.
Yeah, that is incredibly difficult. And you can even play probably in pretty far as Nisha if you get that extra status resistance from the Ags.
And then the other hard part is that they don't really have the best heroes for just like pushing out the waves, right? I mean, you can see how Boxy has to play on a Tusk, not really the best hero for this. He's gonna head on home. They don't have those sneakier lane exploders that just like pop the creeps and get away, try to delay this game. So sooner or later, they're gonna have to find this fight. And what I like about Team Secret is that they already had the tier 2s very early. And they got this Aegis, and they didn't try and like pressure the high ground or something ridiculous with that first Aegis. There's no point, right? Like,
yeah.
Wait for the second Aegis. You're controlling so much of this map right now between your wards, your Hawks, your Nyx Assassin. So much vision. They see what Liquid are up to, and I'm sure they're well aware that they are taking the lead.
Yeah, and they don't even, like I was talking about the Aghanim Scepter, but Nisha is just going in for the Scotty. He's opting to go for this, just beat them down, right-click build. Be a little bit tanky in there with it too, as, well, another sacrifice here, keep it over to the gods. It's going to be Insania brought down. Can the rest of them get out? Matumbo Man, he's raged. Snowball in to try and get him away as Mickey just getting pummeled. Nisha chase, Nisha kill. A double for the Morph. Ready to go in for a bit more. Insania, he fought back for this one. He's got to get out of there. The chain drops. Well, look at him go. They're on top of Boxy. He is also going to go down. Matumbo Man looking for a bash, hoping to go toe-to-toe against Morph, but Secret, they are having none of it. Devastation up on the high ground. It's 26 minutes in. This is a lane of Rax. This is so much of just complete and total effective damage.
It's just the patience from Team Secret. They knew everything that was happening in this game, and they're just waiting for that time because they see that Liquid are just a ticking time bomb of how they need to play this draft. Eventually, they're going to force a fight, and sometimes it can be okay when a support just feeds in like that, where Insania dies, because it gives you a little bit of vision, and it maybe burns a couple stuns, and then you can go for that fight. Maybe that's their best moment, but Secret were willing and ready.
Secret just all over him here, and they will claim 2 sets of racks as soon as one of those boards or something comes on up to the high ground. But that Blink Dagger reveal from Zayat, and Matumbo Man, he's in pretty far, wants to take him down, gets one kill. So able to assassinate the assassin. But it is a Pyrrhic victory if I ever saw one, as it is a 14K gold lead now after that high ground push.
That's a big one. And that's how it started, you know? This comes in, a couple heroes are in vision, you think, okay, is this our chance? And they thought about backing, but then the roar occurs, Mickey's forced to commit. Didn't really get a whole lot of value out of the Aghanims, I would say. And then, of course, Nisha becomes better Primal Beast.
Zai found again. Nisha immediately gets out of there. The Haster keeping him alive, ready to chase after Boxy now with the Scotty done. They gotta run. Catches on to this Beastmaster. Do they have any more buybacks? It's already 3 dead. This is looking so rough for Liquid. Mickey, he's got a Lifestealer bomb inside of him, but Nisha ready to take him down. The triple kill. Nisha will not be denied as they kill them all off. They love Dota so much, but it's Secret that are coming away with this one.
And these are the 2 different stories these teams have had. Team Liquid, they've come into these games that maybe haven't looked the best in terms of the draft. They've managed to follow the game. They find that win, but Secret, they pick great drafts, they get these good lanes, and they just dominate the way through. It seems like they have a solid plan, they stick to it, and they get the W, and this looks exactly like their other games.
Such a dominant performance coming in from Team Secret. They're a little bit of a rough time, you can see there. The players happy about it, and for Liquid, they're gonna have to go back to the drawing board, figure out what went wrong, and come out with a different draft.
And I think Team Secret showed something a little bit different as well this time, right? Having Rezo play this Beastmaster, it's not as like combat heavy. It almost feels like the snowball style that they've been relying on a lot with Zayas and Rezo. Instead, it's just, Rezo play a normal Beastmaster game, and this was just amazing macro gameplay by Team Secret, right? They read everything Liquid were doing, they responded, and it just felt like they knew what Liquid needed to do in this game, and they did not let it happen.
They came on in, they executed their plan perfectly, and now at least they're gonna have to go on back, figure out what to do. We're gonna head back to the draft. Let them break.